everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day in mathematics. Whoop, whoop. Warm-up 64 is on the screen. Let's get started, please. All right, let's get the show on the road. By now, we should be able to do these. So we're going to do these together. Now, Gio, get us started. Oh, yeah, we got this. So first, I need to complete the square. Complete the square. So what do I add there, Gio, to complete the square? Add what? 10 divided by, and then? Squared. That is correct. So we got x squared plus 10x plus 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 squared is 25, and we completed the square. That is correct. However, they're asking us to do what? Factor. So, pass on one, Gio, so they can help me factor this one. Mario? What two numbers multiply give me 25 that when you add them give us 10? 5 and 5, so my factors are x plus 5 times x plus 5, or x plus 5 to the second power. Hands if you got that by yourself. Okay, not bad. Some of y'all. Go to number 2. Simplify. For part A, since there's no such thing as a negative square root, I need to rewrite that. So let me go over that one more time. I'm going to rewrite square root of negative 25 as square root of 25 times square root of negative 1. Yeah? So what is square root of 25, everyone? 5, and then square root of negative 1 is I, and I'll put a plus minus right there, and that is 5i. Part B, we can't have a square root on the denominator. I'm going to go over this one more time. So I multiply the top times square root of 3 and the bottom times square root of 3. So that gives me 2 square root of 3 over square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9. So numerator, 2 square root of 3. What is square root of 9? 3, and we're done. So far so good, yes? Yes, Mr. Q, give us a pop party. Alright. Alright, let me go to number 2C. And once again, let me elaborate on this one. For those of you that still are a little bit confused, look up. For 30, if I had a number line here, here's 30 on the number line. 30 falls between two perfect square numbers. What does that mean, Mr. Q? Think of two numbers, one before 30, one after 30, that you can take square root from. What is the closest one to 30 on the bottom end? What was it? 25. Right? Square root of 25. There it is. How about above? 36. That is correct. So, my two numbers are 25 and 36. So, to get started, this is going to be approximately, if we take the square root of the smallest number, that is 5. And now we need a decimal. How do we find the decimal? Well, here we go. What is 30 minus 25? That is 5. Divided by, what is 36 minus 30? 6. So now that we have a fraction, 5 divided by 6 does not fit. Add a decimal, a 0, fits in there 8 times. Subtract. And I'll do one more. This is 3, 18. And then repeat. So my decimal equivalent approximately is 5.83 with bar on the 3. All right? You good, Mario, over there? All right, good. Go to number 3. Factor by grouping. And once again, I'm going to go over that one more time just to make sure we got it. We start off with Power Rangers, negative 18, positive 7. What two numbers multiply give me negative 18? Then when you add them, give us 7. Tell your neighbor, please. Two numbers that multiply give me negative 18. When you add them, give us 7. Looks like Mariah's got it. Very good, Mariah. I see you. But let's go with, how about Mario? What two numbers multiply give me negative 18? When you add them, give us positive 7. Negative 2 and 9. All right. So now that we have those, here goes the process for grouping. Bring down the first term, which is x squared. Bring down the last term, which is negative 18. And instead of bringing down the 7x, look up, we're going to replace 7x with the negative 2 and the positive 9. So that becomes negative 2x, positive 9x. And now we can group. Here we go. First two, last two. What is GCF for the first two? X. That leaves us with x minus 2. Plus, what is GCF for the second two? 9, and that leaves us with x minus 2. So, what's the same here and here? X minus 2. What's left over? The x and the plus 9, x plus 9. So far so good, yes? All right. Okay, I couldn't hear you, but I'm assuming you said, Mr. Q, what if I have these switched? On these? Let's see. Oh, yeah, my bad. Very good. I did that on purpose to see if you guys were paying attention. All right, guys. Your colleague brought up a fact that I made a mistake. Look up. For this one was 36 minus 25. My bad. So we end up with 5 over 11. Is that correct? Yes. So therefore, 5 divided by 11. My bad. Thank you. That's 4. 44. 6. Add a 0. Fits in there 5 times. 55. And then they repeat. So, thank you, Jesus. So it's 5.45. 45. All right. Thank you for the correction. And let's go to number 4. Number 4, last one. All right. For this one, it's going to go fast. Here it goes. We need the inverse. Change it to y. Negative 2x plus 10. Minus 10 minus 10. We got y minus 10 equals negative 2x. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. we end up with y minus 10 over negative 2 equals x. From there, bless you, you exchange the variables, so we end up with x minus 10 over negative 2 equals y. And last but not least, change this one to f inverse of x. X minus 10 equals to negative 2. Hands if you got something like that. All right, not bad. All right, copy the agenda, please. Warm-up number 64, done. We're still in the middle of transformation of functions. Tomorrow we're going to add one more parameter. Today I do want to do some practice of what we started with yesterday, of what we did yesterday. And tonight's home play 5 transformations. As soon as you copy that, come get at least 2 graph papers. You're going to need one for home play as well, so might as well get 3 graph papers from back here. Go. All right, and here's the code to access your home play tonight. Copy that, 5W6JP. 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 All right? So, last night's home plate were these 5. We're going to go over a couple of them together here in class to make sure we got it. And tonight's home plate is these 5, or 1, 2, oh, it's only 3. What? Only 3? Come on, Q. I know, right? Anyways, here we go. I can transform a function using different parameters. I can transform a function using different parameters. So before that, give me a second. Go to your first graph paper, please. Get that in front of you. And we're going to go over part C of your home play, this one. We're going to do that together one more time to make sure we got it. So write this function, g of x equals 1/4, parentheses x minus 3, close parentheses squared plus 4. This one, the red one, write it on the new graph. We're going to do that one together. Once again, I'm going over this one just for the sake of practice to make sure everybody's on the same page. Because like I said, tomorrow we're about to go to new parameters. All right, as you're copying that, here goes the instructions. The instructions were, do the indicated transformations. And it says, graph f of x equals x squared using the domain -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. By now, that should be automatic. And then from there, do these transformations. So we're going to do the red one. Are we there? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, let me forward to a graph. Give me a second. All right, there it is. So, we're going to graph, so this one we're going to do, this one example 1C, 1C. And it said graph f of x equals x squared. Yes? All right. And then we're going to go and do the transformation of g of x equals 1/4 parentheses x what? Read me the rest, Gio. Minus 3 squared plus 4. Okay. So, let's do this one together, guys. First things first, for this one, we need to make a table. X, f of x, got -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And these over here should be automatic by now. -2 squared is 4, -1 squared is 1, 0, 1, and 4. So let's graph that. -2, 4, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4. That is our f of x. Okay. So our new transformation is this one. Let me move it over. Give me a second. Thank you. All right. Denise? All right, so we're going from left to right. What is our first parameter? This one. I'm going to do this one in green first. 1/4. Tell your neighbor what that number in the front of the parentheses is going to do to our function, being that it's a fraction. Right? If it's a fraction, what is it going to do? All right, looks like Monse's got this one. Very good, Monse. Well, let's go with Joseph. What is it going to do? Very good. Compress. Compress, because it's a fraction. So how is that going to happen, Mr. Q? Well, let's go with the first 2 points right here. Look up. Here goes the process. What is the y value? 4. For these 2 points. So we take the number 4, multiply times the parameter, which is what? 1/4. So that is 4/4, which is 1. So these 2 points, I'm going to move them down to 1. Right there. That's what you should have done last night. Once again, I'm multiplying the a parameter times the y value of the points. And that brings me to 4 times 1/4 is 4/4, which is 1. Okay, next, look at these 2 points. What is the y value? 1. So what is 4 times, I'm sorry, not 4. What is 1 times 1/4, everyone? 1/4, is that correct? So I'm going to bring these 2, let me zoom in. These 2 points down to 1/4. 1/4 is about right there, and 1 right there. And 0, 0 always stays at 0, 0. So here are my 5 points. -2, 1, -1, 1/4, 0, 0, 1, 1/4, and 2, 1. There they are. Don't make your parabola because we're not done. According to our new function, where are we moving those 5 points? Tell your neighbor. Where are we moving those 5 points? Then Joseph's going to pass it to someone. I'm going to switch to blue. Joseph? Elijah, where are we moving those 5 points? 3 to the right and 4 up. Yeah, that is correct. 3 to the right, 4 up. So let me go back to my graph so you guys can see it. I'm taking the 5 green points and moving them 3 to the right, and was it 4 up? Yeah. Okay. So check this out. I like to start, Mr. Q, I always like to start with 0, 0. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Was it 4? 3. Okay. 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one's this one. Now look up. Let me show you how easy this is to graph. Look up. Next to 0, 0, look up. To the right and up 1/4, and to the left up 1/4. So to the right and up 1/4. To the left and up 1/4. Where's this point? To the right 2 steps and 1 up. To the left 2 steps and 1 up. So I go to the right 2 steps and 1 up. To the left 2 steps and 1 up. And that one we're going to label g of x. Now check with your home plate, see if you got that like that. Alright. Send me a picture of your graph, please. I want to see what you did. Alright, turn your paper over. Now we're going to do the second part of the home plate. Look up. We're going to do this last one. H at -3, K at -5, and A at 1/2. Oh, hold on. Write these parameters down, guys, on your graph paper on the left side. We're going to go over these to do our transformation and write our new function. So write these. Underneath that, I want you to write the form, this one. So like that we can do the transformation and then do the graph. All right? H -3, K -5, and A 1/2. And Gio's going to help me out with that in a little bit. I'm going to label it 2B. And again, I want you to write graph. Sorry, hold on. Graph f of x equals x squared. And then from there, we were given our transformation. Our new parameters, which are what? H equals what, Gio? -3, K, and A. What? 1/2. Okay. So, do we know how to graph this by now? Yes? So right away we got our table, x, f of x. We got -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. This is 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. Make sure those are automatic for you now, because we're going to be going a little bit faster for our next transformations. So make sure you're keeping up. Here we go. -2, 4. -1, 1. 0, 0. 1, 1. 2, 4. Label that f of x. All right. Next, they want us to transform according to these. So we write our form first. G of x equals a times f, x minus h plus k. So, G of x equals, what is a, Gio? 1/2. Parentheses, I'm not going to use the f anymore. X minus, what is h? -3. So I substitute that here, -3. And then plus, what is k? -5. Yes. My phone's not ringing? Yeah.
Yeah, let me know if it doesn't work.
Okay.
Call me.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, I'll finish the book.
Clarissa? K is negative 5. Negative 5. All right, let's rewrite this. We got g of x equals 1/2 x. Negative times the negative is a positive 3. Positive times the negative is a negative 5. And since this is a squared or quadratic, make sure you put the squared right there. Thank you, sir. Emily? All right, so let's do the transformation. Going from left to right, we're starting with, let's see. I'm going to use green for the first part. Tell your neighbor what that's going to do to the function. What is that going to do to the function? All right, Joseph, what is that going to do to the function? Compress, that is correct. Compress. All right, so these two, look up guys, that are at 4 of y, where am I going to move these two that were at 4 of y? Talking to your neighbor, where are we moving those two? Where are we moving those two? All right, Joseph, pass on one. Mario, where are we moving those two? What? Right now we're compressing right now. We're not moving in different directions. Yes, that's why I said we're moving those two. Get it? 2. So yeah, so bring those down to 2. There it is. All right. And how do we get there? Just in case Mario didn't see it, look up. These were at 4, right? Then we multiply times 1/2. So that gives us 4 over 2, which is 2. That's how we end up with that number 2. Bye. All right. How about these last two right here? They are at 1. Where are we moving those two? Tell your neighbor, please, and then Mario's going to pass to someone. These bottom two, that they are at 1 of y. Where are we moving those two? Mario, pass someone. Enrique. These two are at 1. So where are we moving those two? What? 1/2. That is correct. So we're bringing those down to 1/2. There and there. And 0, 0 stays the same. There it is. Okay? All right. So I'm going to switch to red to move all those green 5 points. Tell your neighbor where we're going to move them to. Then Kelly's going to enlighten us. Where are we moving those 5 points, Tell? All right, Kelly. Left 3, down 5. Hands agree with that? That is correct. Left 3, down 5. And then the others, 1/2 a step to each side. And the others 2 steps and 2 steps. 2 steps and 2 steps. And you label that g of x. All right, from 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with these? How we doing? 4, 5, 4, 5. Is it coming back? Yes? All right. So we did 1 of each. I think we're good with those. Tonight's home plate, look at it. Pretty straightforward, but this one's a little bit different. Look at it. So let's do 1 of those. So get a new graph paper, please. And copy this one. Example f of x equals x squared for graph. Then graph g of x equals f parentheses x minus 2 close parentheses plus 3 over 2. Copy that. Then we're going to do that together. Now, by now, look up, you already know how to do this. So I'm going to give you a head start. Before you continue, tell your neighbor what to do to graph that really quick. They should know by now. That should be automatic. Automatic. All right. Good conversations. Very good. All right. How do we graph that, Mariah? What do we do when they ask us to graph? Table, yes. X, f of x, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, -2, 4, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4. Once again, I'm giving you plenty of practice because eventually you should be able to graph these 5 points without a table. Is that correct? Yes, Mr. Q. I got you. All right. There it is. All right. However, let me make some space here. This looks kind of weird, doesn't it? Kind of, Mr. Q. Well, let's rewrite this one. Look up. When you get to these, you're going to put an invisible 1 right here. Look up. You guys see it now? So we're going to extract this 1 plus the 2 to make it a fraction. So therefore, this becomes g of x equals 1 over 2. You guys see it now? 1 over 2. And that leaves us with f of x minus 2 plus 3. And since this is a quadratic, we put a little square right there. Don't forget the square. All right. So with that said, I'm going to give you guys a head start. Turn to your neighbor, let them know what to do with this half and these 5 points. Do that right now, please. All right. Let's see. Who haven't we called on today? Joseph, what do we do with the first 2 points? Move them where? Compress to 2. Damn, he even used the word compress. Let's go. How about these 2, Joseph? 0.5, that is correct. 0.5 and 0.5 and 0, 0 stays at 0, 0. Man, Joseph, let's go. And now that we compressed it, what do we do next? Tell your neighbor, and then Joseph's going to pass it to someone. What do we do next? Joseph, pass someone. Elijah. 2 to the right and 3 up. That is correct. So I'm going to start at 0, 0. 2 to the right, 3 up. There it is. And then half and half. And then 2 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 2. And that is my g of x. All right, from 1 to 5, I'll come to bar you with this. We got it, right? Just this one that you need to rewrite. Very similar to the last problem on the home plate tonight. So make sure you get some practice in. All right, other than that, make sure before we move on, tell your neighbor the process for these that have compression and in front of them. What do we do to those points that have compression in front of the whole thing? How do we get from here to here? Talk about your neighbor, please. How do we get from these original 5 points to these points right here? Talk about your neighbor, make sure they got it. Just in case, hint, hint, wink, wink, Friday's coming and you do this by yourself. Woo-wee. All right, those of you on YouTube following along, I'm going to stop right there. Make sure you get your practice in. And once again, practice for tonight is those 3 problems. Make sure you get that in. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Bye.